I hate it. I hate it. I do have a jawline every now and then. Where are all the cows? Oh my god. Can you imagine the headlines? It was a joke, Christy. I'm a Leslie stan now. Who'd have thought it? Hello guys, and welcome back to another episode of Dance Mums. And I am super excited to be jumping into this awesome, crazy series once again. It looks like we're having another Chloe and Kendall rematch in this episode, which, do you know what, I'm absolutely fine with. I think it's a good idea to put two people in competition with each other and have it so that it's not unfairly balanced for one person to win over the other. It's very obvious that when it's Maddie versus Chloe, Chloe's set up to fail, or Maddie's set up to win. I don't know what to tell you, but either way, this is going to be exciting and fun. Not only that, but we've got the return of the Wicked Witch of Canton, Ohio. I don't even know if she's from Canton, Ohio. I just know she's from Ohio, which is where the cows are. And if I don't see any cows in this episode, I will be angry. But of course, I'm talking about Kathy. I'm excited to see Kathy back. I like that she keeps on popping up every now and then, keeps it interesting, gives us someone to root for because no one wants to root for Abby. And on the whole, I am excited to see what kind of dance that she whips out this week. But without much further ado, we have got a massive pyramid to get into behind me. And we also have the live stream on June the 1st, 2025, where I will be watching the infamous Abby slap episode. And honestly, I will be living vicariously through Kelly because everybody I know wants to slap Abby. So, without much further ado, we're going to jump into this episode. Let's get going. Greetings and welcome to the Pyramid of Doom. Yes, this is the Pyramid of Doom. And today we're going to be starting randomly. Badam! Boom! It's Maddie. Oh my god, I know, guys. Shocker. How is she not in the top 3? Oh my god. I just preferred other people over her in this episode. I can't lie, I'm sorry. I think her dance was good, but again, it's bog standard for her. It's bog standard. It's just not giving me anything new. It's not giving me anything exciting. I have been told that there are some interesting and good dances coming up, so I'm holding the faith. I'm holding the faith. But equally, something's got to break soon. Something's got to happen because I'm needing some new blood. Do you know what I mean? Up next, we're going to start here. And it's Melissa. Almost ripped her whole face off. I didn't really appreciate the whole, oh, listen, I'm a dance mum. And if you want to be a dance mum, here's my advice on being a dance mum. You don't play ball half the time. I'm not being funny, but like, you're not a very good dance mum. And I mean that in terms of not the usual term dance mum, but in terms of being on this show, you're quite boring. You're quite boring unless other people provoke you, and it's annoying that we have to provoke you in order to get interesting reactions. So I don't know whether you're the best person to be giving advice, especially an open call. It felt insincere. I don't know. It just didn't feel right with me. But anyway, moving on, we're going to go here. Apparently this person doesn't deserve to be on the board. Next up, we're going to be here, and it's Kelly. I actually liked Kelly in the last episode. There was a moment where she broke up the argument between Jill and Christy, but aside from that, I didn't really notice her in the last episode. So, I don't know. Bring me the drama. But also, I don't want you to be in drama because we all know what's going to happen in a hot minute. So, effectively, yeah, you're safe here. You're safe here. You're fine. You're fine. Next up, we're going to start right at the bottom. We all know who's here. It's no surprise. It's Abby Lee Miller. She is a awful person. And she had Mackenzie rubbing her hooves. And I just thought, you know what? This is child exploitation. It's weird. And if you have a foot fetish, then it just makes it incredibly weird. Like, just a lot more weird. I don't want to say the word, but we all know what word beginning with P it's looking like. Do you know what I mean? It's not looking good. Let's just put it that way. We're going to move up here. And it's Paige. Paige was a part of a trio that did really well. I mean, realistically, you can work out who's at the top 3. I really liked the trio. I thought they did really well. They didn't win because the choreography wasn't difficult enough. There wasn't sort of good choreography, I guess, in terms of like the difficulty factor. That's something that you do have to bear in mind when you are choreographing. And Abby seems to forget, even though she's been doing this 500 years, as she likes to say every now and then. So, I don't know, maybe this is just an accident, but I'm thinking it is designed to make them fail. And that's just disappointing. Next up, we're going to go here, and it is Nia. Iconic Nia. Honestly, I didn't really notice her in the last episode. She hasn't had any big storylines recently. I mean, she had a big storyline in like the opening episode when they gave her a solo. That's about it. I haven't really seen... I don't even think she had a line in the last episode. I'm fairly certain that she was just there in the background. Yay. Next up, we're going here. And it's Leslie. Leslie, the icon. Honestly, I gotta say, I haven't hated her this series. I really haven't. It's almost like she knocked some sense into herself after the whole New Orleans street brawl. I haven't actually disliked her this series. I think that she's actually realised, like, oh shit, this is what y'all have to go through? Oh, my bad. My bad. My bad, guys. I'm sorry that I ever crossed you. Do you know what I mean? And now that her daughter has snapped her ankle, yay. Honestly, I think this is time for Leslie to bow gracefully out of the show and just be like, you know what, ladies, you enjoy the torture. This is a bit too much for me now. And honestly, I'd respect her for that. I would definitely respect her for that. It's a shame that it had to come to this, but Leslie, honestly, you're better off out of it, I have to say. Next up, we're going to go up here. It's Christy. Again, in the fight with Jill, who is down here, I have to say, I thought that Christy was much more in the right than Jill was. Jill was just making mountains out of molehills, accusing her of cheating, when realistically, did she cheat? No. No, she didn't. It was literally the sake of switching one around before the other. Do you know what I mean? It was the sake of going 12th instead of 13th. And it was not ridiculous. It was just a pathetic argument. And do you know what? I appreciated Christy staying calm for the majority of it, whilst Jill is like, in her ear. Do you know what I mean? It's sometimes hard, but sometimes you just got to do it. Next up, we have Holly. Again, she kind of slay. She didn't really do much in the last episode. She didn't really have any iconic moments. I just appreciated her being there and being slay. So she doesn't get a place in the bottom row. She gets a place in the second row. Next up. Okay, that's the pyramid done, guys. If you're curious, Mackenzie was next to Maddie and Nia and Kendall were next to each other, but they don't deserve to be on the board. They got ripped off. That's a them problem.
Those kids ran onto that stage for those auditions.
Oh. Poor Peyton and her booted ankle. Oh, God. At least she turned up. She very easily could have just been like, no, I'm going to lay in bed all day. But do you know what? She can't dance. Good on you for still turning up, though, at the end of the day. I wonder whether at this point Leslie had more of a permanent contract and that's why she's here every episode. And that's why Peyton's had to turn up. I do wonder whether that was the case.
I saw some things that I hope to never see again. Did you ever hear that expression? It's all fun and games till somebody loses an eye?
I thought the saying was it's all fun and games until someone gets hurt. Not specifically someone loses an eye. Who's been losing eyes? What have you been doing to lose eyes? Can we talk about that, please? Abby, have you got a dark and sordid past that we don't know about? Have you made people lose their eyes? I don't know, but I am very, very concerned now.
But I'm hearing that you were making fun of the ballet routine on stage and you were doing ballet steps fooling around and that's how you fell.
Back it up. Who are you hearing this from? Who is your source? Name and shame them, because if it's on production, I don't know. I don't know. She fell and she tripped and she hurt herself. It could happen to anybody. It could have happened to Maddie. And would you have had a go at Maddie? No, you wouldn't. You'd have been like, oh, Maddie, it's fine. It's fine. Let me just stroke your perfect hair. Okay, I'm not happy with you right now. Peyton has hurt herself. Be kind, be compassionate.
Who are you hearing these stories from?
Every single person that was backstage.
What?
She turned around and tripped over a prop. Don't try to make lies about my daughter.
This is very, very weird and strange and out of the blue. Like, what do you mean that suddenly, oh my gosh, she was messing around backstage? Did they really say that? Kids, speak up, please. Defend your friend.
Goodbye. You're up.
Bye.
Go.
Let's go, Peyton.
Oh.
Go.
Remember that when you go to ask her back again.
Oh.
You can't keep messing with somebody's head over and over. You're the liar.
If that's her only moment in the episode, and that's the last time we see her, big slay. The fact that her last line on the show was, "and you're the liar," amazing from Leslie. Incredible. I'm here for her. I'm a Leslie stan now. Who'd have thought it? Who'd have thought it? After how much I have hated her in seasons 2 and 3. Season 4, whole new woman. Whole new woman. Anti-Abby. She understands. She's like, this woman is actually tapped. She's actually mentally ill.
No. If you learned one thing this past weekend, everyone's replaceable.
Everyone's replaceable, guys. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. And I'm not being funny. Even if she was mucking about backstage, get over it. Get over it. She's hurt herself. Is that not sort of punishment enough? Do you know what I mean? Is that not punishment enough? You don't need to be lambasting her and having a go at her because she's already got the ultimate punishment, which is she's hurt herself. Okay?
Kendall. Jill?
I was
This
backstage.
kid is out of control.
No, she's not.
Where is this coming from? Have you been doing a little bit of the old before this? Because I'm not being funny. This is sounding like the rantings of a coke-fueled woman. I'm not being funny. This is your fault, Jill. You were the one who handed over that baggie last time. I'm not happy about this. That's 2 episodes in a row that she's been off her nut. Honestly, what are we doing here? What are we doing here? I'm disgusted with her. The way she just attacks the kids. Ah.
I have a card for you.
Well, put it over there.
Oh, this is just not awkward at all, is it? This is just like really, really absolutely fine. Like, there's nothing awkward about this whatsoever. Yay.
Next, we have Nia. Did you get yelled at last week? I think you blended in.
I didn't have anything bad to say about you. So clearly you were just coasting last week because I didn't notice anything good either. You were just a coaster. You are literally something I would put a mug on. You're the kind of person that I would put Kendall on because Kendall's the mug, you're the coaster.
How were you in the program dancing first in the division and ended up dancing last?
Because I went backstage and asked what the order was.
So why did you want to go last?
How are we still on this? How are we still arguing about who should have gone where? I'm sick and tired of this. I'm absolutely sick and tired of this. I'm bored of the same drivel being brought up. I don't mind it being brought up in the episode after, but we're now 2 episodes on from this and it's still being brought up and it's still being discussed, and now we're discussing it at Pyramid. Why?
Maddie, great job in the group routine.
Thank you.
It was a good number. It looked beautiful. You won. I'm looking for more than that now.
And the crowd goes mild. Yeah, I'm sorry. No one's surprised at her being at the top of the pyramid. It's just like the... Yeah, well done. Good job. I'm contractually obliged to clap right now, so therefore I'm clapping, but I've got no heart in it, do you know what I mean? It's like it gets to the point where the same person's winning again and again and again, and I'm just sat here like, why are we still doing this show? Like, what actually are we doing on this show? Because, like, there's no drama, there's no intrigue. It's just Maddie winning every single week that she competes in.
The group routine is entitled The Witches of East Canton.
Okay, fair enough. That was quite funny. A little riff on the Witches of Eastwick. Yeah, okay. I can get behind this. I think this is quite interesting. This is quite exciting. We'll have to see how that turns out. But for now, okay. I'm here for it.
Maddie, you bring light to the stage. You are the good witch. Me.
I don't think anybody is calling Abby the good witch. I don't think so. No. If anything, she's the witch that wants to eat Hansel and Gretel, let's be honest. The one that lives in the sweet house, the gingerbread house. That's Abby. Not the good witch. She's not Glinda. Sorry. You think that in a biopic of Dance Moms, Ariana Grande is going to be playing you? Yeah, you're funny. I actually think Melissa McCarthy would do a good job of playing Abby in a Dance Moms biopic, actually. That could be quite funny to watch. I've not seen a single cow this season. Where are all the cows? Was there like some kind of cow massacre in Ohio during 2014? Because what's going on here? Where are all the cows? I want to know the answer because this is not okay. Honestly. I want to know where the cows are, because I'm geographically challenged, so I don't know where we are. The only way I know that we're in Ohio is if there's farm animals around.
The two little dancers are the Morales kids, and they're YouTube phenomenas.
YouTube who? Who are these people? The Morales children. Hang on. Maybe it's time for research time. I have no clue who these kids are. So I'm sure somebody, and I mean one person, I don't need 100 million comments, please. But I'm sure someone can let me know down below who these kids are. Well, it's better than delivering a bomb. Let's just put it that way. My question is this the last we've seen of Hadley and Nakaya? Because I hope not. I hope we get to see more of them. Because like I said, you know me, I love Yvette. And I'm going to like Kaya, especially on Kathy's team. I don't know. Are these Morales kids going to be sticking around? I'm not sure. I don't know. We'll have to see and find out.
You are depicting Miley Cyrus. Now she's not exactly wholesome, is she? Is that you?
Okay, so I forgot that this is around the time when she did Wrecking Ball and everybody hated her for like a good 7-8 years afterwards. I'm going to stand on the fence that Wrecking Ball is a very good song. I think it's just the fact that the music video is a little bit provocative, especially for a former Disney Channel star. But then look at Sabrina Carpenter. Everybody loves her right now. And she's literally doing a different sex position every single night. But no, heaven forbid that Hannah Montana lick a sledgehammer and swing on a wrecking ball. Heaven forbid she does that in her underwear. Oh my god, can you imagine the headlines? Oh my goodness. But Sabrina Carpenter doing the Eiffel Tower during one of her performances, absolutely fine. It's just such a weird difference in opinion, do you know what I mean? Neither should be condemned, let them do what they want. But the fact that Miley Cyrus got so much hate for that era, I'm sorry. Also, Miley Cyrus's best song, Can't Be Tamed. And I will hear no other exceptions to that.
Uh-oh, Chloe's learning her dance first, Jill.
Did you ask? The group was dismissed.
I didn't ask. She's in there right
Christy,
now.
that's a joke. Could you like...
See, this is again why I can't fully hate Jill. Because there's moments like this. She's just fucking hysterical. When she's like, did you ask to go first? And Christy's like, no, I did not ask to go first. It was a joke, Christy! It was a joke, Christy. Learn to take a joke. God, I bet you take a dick better than you take a joke.
Has Chloe learned her solo?
No.
Okay, just checking.
How about Kendall?
Nope.
Okay.
So we're even Steven.
Well, why don't we leave it to the dance floor?
It's so tense between them, but I'm kind of here for it. I kind of like this cheeky little rivalry. It's not like Christy and Melissa when they were going at each other, because that was always very one-sided. Jill and Christy, they know how to play with each other, and it's a lot of fun to watch them just go at each other in an argument. So much fun to watch.
Yes.
Just wanted to let you know that I've parked your new Rolls Royce outside. Here are the keys. There's some Coke in the trunk. Make sure to have a fabulous time this weekend, okay? Just make sure that my little Kendall gets some special treatment, please. I've also put a shipment of my little candles in the back seat, so make sure you light them up. They smell ultra divine.
Abby, she spent a lot of time on that.
Oh, poor
That came...
baby.
No,
I could
not poor
trust.
baby.
Do you know how many notes I have? Do you know how much mail I have?
She put a lot of thought into that.
I'll get to it, Jill.
And had I just wondered if you read it.
No.
She actually is just the worst. She is the worst. I've got a lot of fan mail. Okay, Kendall's not a fan of you, so it's not fan mail. Secondly, you're literally teaching this child and she's written you an apology note. Okay, the least you can do is just look at it. It would take literally 5 seconds. 5 seconds. I hate that we platform this woman. I really do. I really, really hate that we platform this woman on a TV show in which she's not called out appropriately. So it's left to me, a silly little YouTuber, sitting in my room on a sunny Monday afternoon. It's not actually that sunny. But on a sunny Monday afternoon, having to be like, Abby, what the fuck?
She's pissed.
Whoever peed in Abby's cornflakes this morning, I don't know, but...
I did not know that Abby had that kind of kink. I mean, you see some videos floating around Twitter of people pissing in other people's cornflakes and they get turned on by it. But I didn't think Abby was one of those people. Honestly, it's disgusting.
Whatever, Jill.
See, you guys never want to see anybody else's side of a story.
I think that's
All
you.
you do is defend yourself and bully others around you. And
Oh.
it's wrong.
Whoa, why are we whipping out the B word? We're not bullying anybody here. Nothing is being bullied. If anything, Christy is just sitting here minding her own and you're starting on her. Which obviously I know producers are like, you gotta start on Christy, you gotta start on Christy. Like, we get that. But also, you can't be whipping out the B word. You can't be saying that you're being bullied. No, I'm sorry, I'm not having it. I'm not having it, Jill. I'm not having it. You're on thin ice, Missy. You're on thin ice.
This is what I saw. Who puts their hand up like that? Lazy slugs?
People who are scared of the person in power over them? Oh my god. It's like a dictator asking his subjects, which one of you wants to die first? No one wants to put their hand up. Nobody, because this is the kind of response you give them. My god, send in the guillotine.
This group dance is so important to not let any of those audition kids come in and take anybody's place. And I'm watching these kids rehearse. The group number is an absolute mess. We're really not ready. This number is not competitive. I can see it now.
I mean, listen, this is exactly what happens when you have like 3 days to do a number. It doesn't come together sometimes and it does just look messy. We've seen it many, many times before in the past. Sometimes they are just bad numbers. And they are. Like, last week was very uninspired. It was very simple. There was nothing really much going on. This week, we're delving a little bit deeper into the pool of what could we do. And it's just not coming together. And that's fine. It's not the girl's fault. It's the fact that Abby is a raging narcissist. I mean, that's got nothing to do with it. I just wanted to say it. But she is a raging narcissist and nobody likes her.
Abby always gives Chloe the same stuff. And she always gives Kendall the fast, overworked, spinny, jazz, throw in an aerial, side aerial, front aerial, back handspring, always.
I don't disagree with her, actually. I do not disagree with Jill at all. I do agree that every single time I watch Chloe dance, it's usually quite a slow lyrical number. And when I watch Kendall dance, it's a fast, energetic jazz number. And sometimes it can be overwhelming.
You're rushing way too much. Go grab a drink, hon. Tell the group we're ready.
You all right? Kendall, do you want me to get your mom?
Well, this isn't good. I mean, if I was Christy, I'd be going over and being like, we're good, we're good. Do you need a little bit of a cuddle? I think the fact that she was like, do you want me to go get your mum? Probably the best shout, actually. Actually, probably go get Jill, because Jill will know what to do. But bless her, honestly, tough. It's tough is what it is. It's tough. And I do feel for her because this is not the kind of situation that you want to be in at all.
That's all. You ran it a million times. It's really fast. I feel your little heart beating so fast. You're all right. It's all right.
I don't want to do it anymore.
It's sad when the kids get to a breaking point, you know what I mean? Like, it's very rare that we see the kids have this moment of like, no more. But we've seen the parents get to that point like a fair few times. I mean, Gelly's doing it every other episode. But when the kids get to that point, it does just upset me a little bit. It does. It really does. Especially because, like, this is such a toxic environment and Kendall is just really struggling and it's breaking my heart. It really is breaking my heart. Oh no, we're in Virginia. What? So Virginia gets farm animals, but Ohio doesn't. Ohio notorious for being the land of the farm animals. Honestly, what we doing here? What we actually doing here?
Hey there, Abby. How are you? Good luck today. Hey, listen, want to meet my new team?
The Wicked Witch.
I thought that was very nice of her. Hello, Abby. Hope you're having a good day. Good luck today. Well done. Would you like to meet the new team? I thought that was very cordial of her. But no, Abby has got all the grace of a reversing dump truck without any tyres on. So get off my property and take the money with you. These two are iconic. Honestly, I could listen to a whole TV show of just Kathy and Christy going at each other. Kathy and Jill as well. Kathy and all the mums, to be fair. I would happily listen to that. That is brilliant. This is why I love Kathy turning up, because she just has such great insults.
Oh,
Pretty.
Oh, I love the back.
I like the
I
cut
think
of
it's
that.
beautiful.
That's pretty.
Oh, she got done so dirty. Oh, poor Kendall. Not her coming out like a rejected hip-hop dancer from the 90s. Oh my god. What are we doing here? Also, who's she meant to be portraying? Because we've got Chloe being Miley Cyrus, but who's Kendall? Who's Kendall meant to be? I don't know. Okay, so apparently I found the version of the episodes with the choreographer's cut in them, so yeah. Honestly, I wish I hadn't seen the choreographer's cut of that, because I think it made it even worse. I really don't want to do this to Kendall, but I think the number is going to have to be a 3. It sucked. It was bad. It was really bad. I think... And this is not down to her, unfortunately. This is down to Abby and the stupid, dumb choreography. There was no highs. There was no lows. It just looks like the choreography was having Kendall throw herself around the stage. And there was no time for her to follow through with any of the moves. It was like, okay, I've got to cut this one short because we've got to get on to the next dance move. There was just no sense of fluidity. There was no sense of sharpness. It was just that, it either needs to be fluid or it needs to be, like, sharp. Do you know what I mean? And it was neither. And it was just weird. And then you got Kathy sitting in the audience going, she dances no different to the way she was when she first got here. And I'm thinking, that's not fair, because she actually does dance a lot better than she did when she first got here. She's just not given the choreography and the time to actually show her true abilities. Because if you look back at when she did that dance number in the season 3 nationals, that's the best I've ever seen her dance, and it was because it wasn't one of these stupid, oh yeah, I'm gonna do a dance that's jazzy and funky, and it just doesn't work. It's clearly not her style. That is her style, but they won't let her do that style because they've got too many people doing that style already on the show. So they shove her in this category of let her do the jazz numbers, let her do the fast ones. And I actually agree with Jill. If you gave her the same dance as Chloe, she might not be as good, but I reckon she would be good. And the fact that she did Chloe's national solo proves that. Like I said, I don't think this is a reflection on Kendall at all. The dance was designed for her to do badly. It was a boring number. There was, like I said, there was no highs, there was no lows, there was no moments of wow in it. But I know I'm going to watch Chloe's and I'm going to be like, yeah, this was a good number. And I'm going to be disappointed in Abby for setting Kendall up to fail like this. And that's something I feel very, very passionately about because it's wrong.
Why are you so rude in the theater? Say
There's
what?
a child on the stage dancing.
Turn around and shut your mouth,
You
Jill.
shut your mouth
I don't need
when
to.
there's
You're the
a
one that started
student on the
talking.
stage.
Okay, then
I'm normally on Kathy's side, but it was a little bit bitchy to be talking about Kendall while she's performing on stage and behind her mum and dance teacher. It's just not okay. We had this whole conversation last year with you and Anthony bitch talking Paige on the stage. Can you stop doing it, please? Save it for the dressing room. I don't mind you saying it. I don't have a problem with you saying it. But there's a time and there's a place for you to say it, okay? There is a time and a place. And in the audience, whilst you're watching them perform, is not the time nor the place.
I came through, followed you anytime you asked. I was true, you went through, you put on a mask to hide your face. You fell from grace, I was erased. Why did you have to crush me? Why did you have to push me down? Why did you have to hush me? Why did you have to crush everything you meant to me? Why did you have to crush me? Why did you have to push me down? Why did you have to hush me? Why did you have to crush everything you meant to me? Everything you meant to me, yeah.
I mean, as I suspected, it was a much better dance than Kendall's. It was designed to be a much better dance than Kendall's. It showed off maybe not all of Chloe's best qualities, but it showed off a lot of them, enough to give her the edge over Kendall. Do you know what I mean? I think my main issue, again, from a choreography standpoint, and this is where I'm starting to get really, really pissed off, because I don't know, obviously I'm thinking that this is the music that they were performing to, so I don't have any reason to believe that this was dubbed. However, I do firmly believe that Abby needs to get better at listening to the music and choreographing to the music, not just doing whatever the fuck she wants when she wants. They had those accents in the music. Da 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 da. On those snaps, there should have been some kind of sharp movement. Sometimes it smashed it. There were good moments, like when she threw her hands down and her hands landed on the bum. That's the kind of thing that transcends good choreography to great choreography, because you're listening to the music and you're choreographing to those beats. Listen, not much of a choreographer myself. I'm more of like a movement specialist. Not really. But my point is that I listen to the music, and if I hear accents in the music, I'm like, okay, what can I do for that accent to really highlight that moment in the music? And that chorus had such big booms and such a distinct beat in it, and it just wasn't used. It was just danced through, and I find that so frustrating, because I'm listening to the music and the music isn't matching what I'm watching on the screen, because there's no highlighting of the music. You could have replaced that with literally any song, and I don't think it would have changed anything. So what's the point in the music? You might as well just not dance to any music. You gotta make sure you're choreographing to the song that you're doing. And it just really winds me up. It really winds me up. Right, enough of a rant. I've had my rant. I'm over. Let's move on. Whoa. Okay. Oh, raw. Oh my god. You know what? Fair game to them. Fair game to them, because that was a very, very good number. Again, I have some nitpicky issues. That are literally just something that they can't change. They literally can't change this, and it's unfortunate, but I think this number would have been a 10 out of 10. Oh, I've been forgetting to give things all along. Kendall's was a 3, Chloe's was an 8. This is probably a 9. What stopped it from being a 10 is if they'd have just had an older female dancer, because I think it just looked odd when the two older boys were lifting up like what looks like a 6-year-old. Do you know what I mean? Compared to them who are like in their like teens, and then they're sort of lifting up this girl who looks 8 at most. It just looked a little bit jarring. So I feel like if they'd have had, for example, if they'd have had Peyton in there doing that, I don't know whether Peyton could have done all of that, but it would have just elevated it and made it look more thematically right. Do you know what I mean? But the dance was still incredible. They were whipping, throwing everything out on the table. There was stretching that I didn't even know was possible. Honestly, absolutely incredible. Big claps, honestly. Well done, well done, well done.
I want to be Vince Lombardi and I want to pump y'all up and tell you you're going to go out there and win, but I'm just a realist. I'm trying to tell you that when you step out on that stage, sometimes your best isn't good enough anymore.
Can you imagine turning around to children and being like, your best? It's not good enough. It's not good enough. You need to be better than your best. You need to be the best of the best. And currently you're the best of the worst. Your best is not cutting it anymore. I need more. Your best ain't cashing checks. Okay?
I want you to know that I'm very proud of you, that you have carried these groups. I wish everybody else in this group worked as hard as you do.
Why don't you just say it in front of everybody? Why don't you? Honestly, why don't you have the balls to do that? If you're saying it to her in private, just say it to her in front of everybody. Just tell her that she's the best person ever, that she's been carrying the group on her shoulders. No wonder she has back problems because she's carrying everybody. Like, come on. Have a little bit of backbone and say it in front of the group. Let's see what happens then.
I hate to say it, but the crab apples had their best routine yet. The little girl had lots of charisma, but the guys were outstanding.
Positive critiques for the candy apples from Abby? What sort of a parallel universe are we living in? What sort of a paradox has just opened up? Are we about to fall into a black hole? Because I think dangerous things are coming if she's giving compliments to the candy apples.
Shadows over the seas, under the water. You're lost in the trees. You are the distance. You are a thief. You are the power. Fighting away how to get through. No, I can't take it. I can't take it. The devil he keeps it all. The heart is a worthless game. What the hell you expect me to say? But I can't take it. I can't take it. The devil he keeps it all. How can I learn how to trust you? Fighting away how to get through. No, I can't take it. I can't take it. The devil he keeps it all.
I don't know how to feel about this number. I think I would give it an 8. I don't think it was as good as the candy apples. And if they win over candy apples, then this is an absolute farce. But I found myself watching the Evil Witches more than I did watching Maddie, because watching Maddie, I know she's going to do well. I know there's going to be no issues there. So if I watch the other girls, I'm getting more of an idea of the dance rather than the solo that's going on in the middle of the dance. So the group itself was good. I thought the group itself was good. There were some moments like I saw Mackenzie kind of lagging behind sometimes. It could just be an age thing. I'm not sure. I thought on the whole it was a good number. There were nice moments. There was a nice change of pace where it would get slow a little bit and then it would speed up. I thought there were nice highs and lows. This is something that obviously I said about Kendall's numbers, that there wasn't any highs and lows. There wasn't any peaks and troughs. So I wanted that from this number and I feel like I got it. The vibe of the dance was good. I didn't really get a storyline though. And I think that's what I found disappointing. I almost would have preferred it if they were all evil witches and it was like a coven more than like, oh, good witch, bad witch. That didn't really shine across in anything other than the sort of costumes. There were like some brief moments where I was like, oh, okay, maybe. But like on the whole, it didn't really translate very well. I thought it was a lot better than the mums were making it out to be. I feel like they really pulled their finger out and it was really good. But I think an 8 out of 10 is fair. I don't think it's better than an 8 out of 10, sadly.
Paula Kendall from Abbey Lee Dance Company.
Second is the first loser. However, good job, Kendall. I was very, very impressed with you. I thought you did a good job with the shitty choreography you were given. It's a miracle you made second, if I'm being 100% honest. But you know what? We'll let it slide.
Now Chloe has beat Kendall for the second time in a row. I hope that you can come to terms with it and stop making excuses as to why Kendall should have won.
If I'm being 100% honest, I think this week Jill had more of a reason to be like, well, obviously Chloe won. Because obviously Chloe won. Like, the choreography was substantially better. And it's frustrating now that we're getting to the same argument that we had with Chloe and Maddie, where Maddie had the better choreography than Chloe, and that's why Maddie was always winning. And now we're doing the same thing with Chloe and Kendall, and Chloe has the better choreography. It's just a cycle that repeats itself, apparently.
Second place overall junior age division small group goes to contestant number 193, Wild Party, Candy Apples Dance Center.
What? Okay, we're taking the piss now. We absolutely are taking the piss. Yeah, this is ridiculous. This is absolutely ridiculous. Because what do you mean Candy Apples wasn't the winner? What do you mean? What are we doing here? I am starting to believe Kathy when she says that the only reason that Dance Moms, like the Abbey Lee Dance Company, wins is because they're the Abbey Lee Dance Company from Dance Moms. It's so ridiculous. It's so unbelievably ridiculous. I'm sorry, but this has really pissed me off. They didn't deserve that win. Candy Apples did.
For you to say there's nothing more I can do, you're right. In a sense that you're batting up against a persona.
This is what I'm saying. Blake McGrath is doing the best he possibly can. The choreography was stunning. The dance was incredible. The kids danced beautifully. But they're up against Dance Mums. They're up against the Abbey Lee Dance Company. They're up against the notoriety of Abby. So there's not really much they can do. This is what I mean by, like, is it not frustrating when people rock up to a dance competition, see the ALDC and just sit there and go, fuck. Do you know what I mean? Like, what are we meant to do?
They need to stroke. They need to stroke. That's right. Oh, I know. But in the meantime, you all are number 2 and you all are losers.
Okay, that's not where I expected us to be going. I feel like it's just really unfortunate. It really is unfortunate. And I hope the kids know that, like, them coming second is not their fault. It's not their fault at all. Like the mum was saying, it's purely politics. And I'm glad they're finally calling it out because I've had enough of it. I've had enough because there's been so many times when Candy Apples has deserved to win over Abbey Lee and it just doesn't happen. It just doesn't happen. And why? Because of politics. Okay. Okay, that was funny. That caught me off guard and that was very funny.
You know what? We won that group. That was the biggest thing. Sorry.
I need to rely on that Kendall is a #1 dancer, not second fiddle to anybody.
Kendall put her heart and soul into that solo.
It's so unbelievably jarring when she says that. If you want her to be first place, don't put Chloe in. Don't put 2 people in at the same time. Because if Kendall would have won, she would have been like, see, Christy, Chloe came second. And it would have just been the exact same thing, but with Christy and Jill switched. So I'm just finding it jarring at the moment because you're actually just such a hypocrite. A hypocrite. That's all it is, a hypocrite. You're just a hypocrite. A hypocrite.
I agree with that.
And they have not evolved with it.
It's not motivating to have your coach tell you I'm replacing you because you're a loser.
These kids are bringing us down.
They're winning. What more do you want them to do? There is nothing above winning. Like, there's no level above winning. You can't double win. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's not a thing. Oh. Okay. I've had my little meltdown. We're fine. We're going to progress with this episode. Holy moly. Honestly, the rigging of this episode was mental. I can't lie. Let me take my headphones out because I've had enough now. Honestly, I'm frustrated that Candy Apples keep losing when they don't deserve to be losing. Like, that was a winning performance and they didn't win. When they went up at Nationals, that was a winning performance and they didn't win. And I just sit here and it's now starting to play on my mind. Ooh, is the Abbey Lee Dance Company just winning because of Dance Mums? Are they just winning because the judges want to appear favourable on the show? I'm not sure. I really don't know. It's frustrating. It's annoying. It is what it is. And the worst part is that it's feeding into Abby's ego. And nobody wants that. Nobody wants that at all. But that is all we've got time for today. That is it. That is the episode done. We will be back in a couple of days with the next episode. I'm enjoying season 4, but I am getting increasingly frustrated. I'm still enjoying it, but it's just getting harder and harder to watch because I can just see where it's going. For me, I feel like I need to see how I feel once the whole Kelly debacle happens and see how that happens, like how it plays out. But honestly, I don't know. I have a feeling that after she leaves, it's going to be a very, very dark shift for me. And we'll just have to experience that together. But either way, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys have enjoyed. Remember, 1st of June, we're doing a live stream. Don't forget that. Don't forget it. Okay? I don't want anybody coming into the comment section being like, oh, you didn't give us enough warning. I've given you 2 weeks. 2 weeks of warning. That is more than enough. Okay? Cancel all your plans. That family barbecue that you got on the 1st of June, cancel it. Cancel it. Swipe left. Nobody wants that. Get rid of it. Okay? Right. Thank you guys. I'll see you guys later. Keep on ranting. Bye now.